You ever walk into a room thinking you know who you are, and then, in less than a minute, everything changes? The little girl next to me squeezed my hand so hard I thought my fingers might pop, her eyes darting around that fancy marble lobby. And when that CEO looked up, man, you should have seen her. It was like Emma had just pulled the sheet off some ancient ghost. Silence. You could feel every person holding their breath, like maybe they were all waiting for the punchline to a joke that wasn't funny. Let me back up a sec. James Walker, that's me. I never belonged in places like this, skyscrapers with glass walls and suits so crisp they looked scared to breathe. But my daughter, Emma, she's the reason I do anything. 7 years old. Smarter than me on my best day, and brave in ways I can't even describe. That morning, I wore my only decent blazer, the one with the patched elbow, and led her into Valente HQ because some email from the CEO herself, Olivia Hartman, had shown up out of the blue. Bring your daughter, noon sharp. That's all it said. No explanation. Weird, right? Inside, sunlight pouring in like we'd stumbled onto a movie set. Olivia Hartman by the window, early 40s, high heels, this way of standing like she owns gravity. And then her eyes landed on Emma. Tried to pull herself together. Let's sit. But her hands kept trembling. My pitch. Didn't matter. I could have been selling moon rocks for all she cared. Olivia just kept asking about Emma. Not about the app I'd poured my soul into. She wanted to know if Emma drew pictures, sang, what her birthday was. By the end, I was sweating bullets. And Emma just looked at her like she was trying to solve a puzzle no one else saw. When we left, my gut said something was off. And I'm a single dad. My gut's all I've got. That night, Emma was snoring in her room, safe and warm, but I was at the kitchen table, staring at my napkin sketches like maybe they could tell me what the hell just happened. Olivia Hartman had barely glanced at them. What I couldn't stop seeing was how she looked at my daughter, like she was trying to recognize herself in a mirror that didn't quite line up. Next morning, come back to Valente. Noon. Just you and Emma. No mention of the pitch. You know what I mean? When life throws you a weird curveball, sometimes all you can do is swing. So we showed up. This time, Olivia's office. Giant, full of sunlight and fancy things, sculptures, a baby grand, wall of photos. Olivia didn't even look at me, just stood there holding a silver picture frame. July 8th. The name on the blanket? Emma. My heart just stopped. She said, that's my daughter. 7 years ago, I gave her up. The papers were sealed. All I ever got was this photo. I almost collapsed. I wanted to say, no, Emma's mine. Her mom left. I raised her. But Olivia cut me off. She never told you? Told me what? She wasn't the mother. She was a surrogate. For me. Man, you could have knocked me over with a feather. That night, I remembered Emma once drew a picture, when she was 3, of a woman with red hair, crying when she saw her. Was it a memory? Or just a kid's imagination? Now I wasn't sure of anything anymore. If Olivia was telling the truth, everything I'd built, all those bedtime stories, scraped knees, birthday cakes, it would all change. Next morning, envelope under my door. No return address. DNA report. 99%. Emma, my daughter, biologically Olivia's. I dropped the paper like it was acid. For 3 days I ignored Olivia's messages. I didn't know what to say to her. I barely knew what to say to Emma. But she knew something was up. Kids always do. She just got quiet, like the world shifted and she was hanging on for dear life. But my heart felt like it was coming apart. Do you feel like I'm your dad? She nodded. Fast, certain. Of course, you're my everything. That's when I realized, whatever the DNA said, my love for her was as real as anything in this world. But for Olivia, it was more complicated. She'd lost Emma once. Looked like she might lose her again. Next day, we met Olivia at the park. She brought Emma's favorite chocolate croissants, said she never wanted to give her up, that her dad forced her, sealed all the records, told her she'd never see her daughter again. I asked why she reached out now, and she said, I saw your pitch, saw her face. I couldn't breathe. I just knew. Thing is, I didn't want to erase Olivia, but I was terrified of being erased myself. I'd raised Emma. Every night terror, every pancake breakfast, every fever. I was there. But now, Olivia was back, and Emma lit up around her. I couldn't handle the thought of losing my place in Emma's life, so I did the only thing I thought I could, filed for sole custody. Olivia found out from her lawyer. She cried, not for herself, but because she understood. We met at a little cafe, away from the boardroom, just two people bound together by one remarkable kid. She brought a folder full of photos, Emma at every age. Every birthday, every milestone she could get her hands on, even though she was told to stay away. Why now? I asked. She said, because seeing her in person broke the silence. For the first time, I realized we weren't fighting each other. We were both fighting for Emma. Only, there might not be room for both of us. That night, Emma asked, Daddy, do you love me even if I'm not really yours? I held her close, whispered, You've always been mine, not because of blood, but because I was there when you needed me. Always. She smiled, but I could feel the storm building. Court was a circus. Lawyers, files, judge with the glasses halfway down her nose. Olivia's lawyer said she was manipulated into giving up her daughter. Mine said I raised Emma from day one, changed every diaper, sat up all night through every sickness. Olivia stood up, voice shaking, and said, I'm not here to take her away. I just want to know her, if she wants that too. She put an envelope on the table. Withdrawal of her petition for custody, just requesting visitation if we'd allow it. The judge leaned back, almost smiled. This is what the court wants. Families who figure it out. Case closed. 3 months later, Emma's running wild in the park, sticky with ice cream, yelling, Mrs. Olivia, I brought you a rock. Olivia's laughing, saying she'll need a rock shelf soon. I sit on the bench, sun on my face, watching the two people I love most in the world finally just be. Olivia sits next to me. She ever ask about the truth? I shrug. She just says she has two hearts now, one she was born from, one that kept her alive. And that's about right. As the sun sets, Emma leaps into my arms, and for the first time in a long time, I actually believe I'm enough for her. Family isn't blood. It's the people who choose you, the ones who stay when it's hard, who let go when that's what love demands. Maybe, in the end, we're all just trying to figure out how to hold on without holding each other back. So tell me, what would you have done? Is love enough to make a family, or does biology win in the end? Drop your thoughts below, right or wrong, I want to know. Because sometimes, the right answer isn't the one the world expects.